Mr. Feet? Mr. Bob A. Feet?
Sure, whatever.
You know what time it is? What is going on, beautiful people of the internet? It is your boy once again. Man, I should probably make a new intro one of these days, but till then, it is your boy, Mr. Feet, Lego Boba, Mr. Boba Feet, whatever you guys want to call me. We got a new video for you guys here today, and today, well, I'm very excited because I got 2 shipments in, but this is one out of the 2. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to be posting at the same time because it's a lot of work to do and I barely have any time anymore, but I'm still going to try to pump these videos out for you here today. By the thumbnail and title of the video, you probably already know what is going on, and that is, of course, we are here to be unboxing this beautiful Clone Trooper here today. Not too long ago, we did unbox and review the Hot Toys Clone Trooper from Attack of the Clones, ladies and gents, but today we have something just a little bit better, and that is, of course, not only is it a Clone Trooper, it's not your normal Clone Trooper. This is, yes, ladies and gents, you guys didn't know, but for those that know, you guys know, it is a ARC Trooper, and it's not just any ARC Trooper, it is Jesse from the godly season 7 of the Clone Wars. Yes, ladies and gents, they actually made it. I couldn't actually believe it. This has been something that I have been wanting for ever since season 7 came out, which was 2020. We are in 2023 now. Holy shit. Time is going by fast. I don't know what to do with my life anymore. But yes, ladies and gents, we finally did it. Hot Toys did it. They released it. They actually made this a real thing. And like I said in one of my other videos, I can't remember which one it was, but or I think it was my haul. I did mention that with the Vaughn, which I still have yet to review. Yes, I know. I was going to make a custom of that, and I was also going to make a custom of this because, well, I love the 501st piece. Well, my favorite color is blue, believe it or not. And, well, Jesse looked absolutely beautiful. And if you guys don't know, I have other ARC Troopers in my collection, which is Jesse and 5s. And, well, even though in canon, they didn't actually, weren't actually together physically, they were together at some point in the Clone Wars, before they were ARC Troopers, but I just think the whole display with them looked beautiful. But nonetheless, here we are today, and of course, if you guys like this types of videos, well, hit that little red button down below, and if you guys want to see more unboxings like this and all of that type of stuff. But I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to shut up because I've been talking for way too long. So, like I said, we have the figure here itself, little red ribbon over here. This is a normal TMS figure. It's not your DX like my last video for the Ahsoka, so we will take this beautiful puppy off. And we got a beautiful, one of my favorite parts of unboxing this is the beautiful, I guess, cover art or whatever you want to call it once you take the lid off of it. As you can see, it is the beautiful ARC Trooper Jesse in his beautiful form, along with a little Captain Rex in the background there below. And, well, once we take this off, we actually have the figure here itself, and oh my god, this is beautiful. I'm so excited because this is our first Hot Toys ARC Trooper that has been released. Any other type of Trooper that has been released, like ARC Trooper related, was released by Sideshow back in way back then. And, well, today we have our first Hot Toys ARC Trooper. So, nonetheless, ladies and gents, we have the figure here itself. So what I'm going to do now is lay out all the accessories, and then after that, we will get into the figure itself. So, I will be right back. Alright, ladies and gents, we are here with the figures, accessories laid out in front of us here today. As you guys can tell, there is a pretty good variety of accessories that you can actually use with the figure instead of actually just kind of, leaving it in the box and, forgetting that you actually had accessories that came with it. Unlike many Storm or Clone Troopers or just Troopers in general, the ARC Trooper does come with a bunch of accessories that, is accessible in the sense of, like, they are accessories that they have on themselves. Similar to kind of how, like, the Dark Trooper is. And that's something that I love. I always love the ARC Troopers when it comes to their look and how much stuff they carry, but yet it doesn't bring them down like if it was like a heavy infantry trooper. So that's a big thing. But moving on, or just getting into it, we're going to move into the boring stuff that is always, of course, the base. So we have our standard base, which to me, I have no problem with these. I like them just because, for museum poses, they add like a nice little layer of just simplicity to it. And of course, it just says Clone Trooper Jesse. Technically, it's supposed to say ARC Trooper Jesse. I would have preferred, but I mean, I'm not going to nitpick that at all. And then, of course, getting into the next boring stuff usually is the hands. We have our standard clone hands. Nothing out of the ordinary here. As you guys can see, it's just your simple weathering and all that type of stuff. as you know, that matches the hands that he has on there. So pretty much simple, just you know, your simple ones, and then your open palm ones, or the ones that have, you know, gun gripping pistols and all that. So like I said, nothing out of the ordinary, not gonna, you know, spend too much time there. And of course, you know, jumping into like the somewhat boring stuff, that is the blasters, or just, you know, normal stuff that we usually have. We have the, I can't remember off the top of my head, I haven't watched Star Wars in so long. We have this, you know, normal stormtrooper, or I'm sorry, I'm so fucking can't speak for my life. The clone trooper blaster, as you guys can see here, just, you know, normally painted. Whether I am not speaking English words, but yes, as you guys can tell, I don't really need to speak much on this. And of course, we have the simple ARC Trooper pistols, which I love. I love that, you know, ARC Troopers usually only use that weapon, or they use these. So it's a variety of what they can use, and or what you can even oppose them with. So we'll kind of jump right into that a little bit later. And then moving on to the, you know, semi-cool stuff, or just, you know, cooler stuff that really comes with the ARC Trooper. That is, of course, these two little accessories. So we have the pauldron, and then we have the, I'm not too sure exactly what they call it, but I just call it, you know, a simple backpack. It's a magnetic feature that it'll, you know, get onto the figure. Just pop that puppy on, and that's just like a little backpack that they use for, you know, any type of thing that helps them out. And of course, we have the pauldron that goes onto, or I'm sorry, the little, oh, it's not the pauldron, but it's like a little pack that goes onto the pauldron. It's a little magnetic feature that this one has, as you guys can see, has a little magnetic thing right there. And yeah, so these both go onto the ARC Trooper. So that's something that won't just be sitting in your box, or, you know, somewhere in the box just kind of collecting dust. This is something you will actually use, and, you know, I love these little accessories, when we'll kind of, you know, pop them on later as we get on through the video. And of course, we have the visor, and I love visors on clones. I think they just look so good on it. This is something that Jesse never necessarily uses, but this is something that he can use, you know, for night vision, or even just scoping out. Obviously, this, for those of you guys that don't know, the clone trooper head, you just pop out the ear parts, you pop this puppy on, and then basically put it back on, so it looks like it's on there. I'm not too sure if I'll put it on Jesse, just because I do like the look of his helmet in general, so it's not necessarily something that I may want to do, but we'll see. But yes, it does come with this, very, very nice. And I believe I got the limited edition, or super limited edition, because I usually don't get these types of things. But we have the hologram over here, and there's two things that come with this hologram that you can project. One is, of course, the gunship, you know, just kind of projecting, like, you know, if he's having a plan or whatever, you can just use this. And I'm sorry for the background, my family just decides to love to be, you know, all types of loud. But yeah, they have this, or of course, if you guys did not see season 7, spoiler alert, he does commit Order 66, and it is the most heartbreaking thing, because you learn to love Jesse throughout the Clone Wars, and well, he ultimately tries to kill the most important people in the Clone Wars franchise. And you have Emperor Palpatine basically saying, you know, go pew pew on the Jedi, and, you know, that's pretty much it. So yeah, we have these two accessories. I probably will never use these, so these are going to be straight in the box, but I believe this is like a special or limited edition that necessarily comes with this, so I'm not too sure. Do not quote me on that, I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, that's what this version comes with. And of course, last but not least, we have the Jesse head sculpt. And of course, Hot Toys always nails it with the Tamora head sculpt. Of course, they have 1,000 of these that they're gonna, you know, milk out of, because they're all clones. Yes, they all look the same, but nonetheless, they have their own unique thing to it. Obviously, this one, the biggest unique thing is the Republic logo on, you know, or actually tattoo on Jesse's face over there. As you can see, that's what he's best known for. Of course, he's bald, but of course he has this logo on his head. You can see him wearing it throughout the whole entirety of the Clone Wars, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, as you guys can see, that detail on this head sculpt is absolutely insane. Of course, Hot Toys always nails it with the Tamora head sculpt. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's pretty much nothing else. You know, he doesn't have any hair or anything like that. It's just, you know, his head sculpt looks absolutely amazing. But nonetheless, ladies and gents, that's pretty much all the accessories that come with this figure, of course. And I can't seem to get his head on there, but yes, that is everything that we have here. And now we are going to jump right into the figure itself, so I will be right back. So ladies and gents, we have Mr. Jesse here in figure form, as you guys can see, 1/6 scale form. And well, as you guys can tell, he looks absolutely gorgeous. I cannot fathom how excited, or just even realize that Mr. Jesse is actually here after a very, very long wait. Like I said, since 2020, once I laid eyes on him, I was like, that needs to be a Hot Toys figure. And, well, Hot Toys actually did it. So, nonetheless, ladies and gents, we do have the figure here itself, and it looks absolutely beautiful in 1/6 scale form, head to toe. I just think that blue, I love blue. Blue's like my favorite color, and I may have something to do with the 501st because I did grow up on Clone Wars, and you know, I was like, God knows how long when Clone Wars came out. And well, Captain Rex was my favorite, just an FY. And yeah, ever since then, blue has been my go-to color. But yes, ladies and gents, as you guys can tell, absolutely beautiful figure. So let's just go from head to toe. From toe to head, actually. We actually have his normal workwear or boots or whatever you want to call it, just gray, nothing crazy. Then we have his shin pads, shin guards, whatever you want to call it. Let me just tell you, I'm not gonna really get into it because, well, it looks absolutely beautiful, and I just forgot to take out these real quick. The weathering on this looks absolutely gorgeous on every aspect, in my honest opinion. A lot of people may want to be like, oh, it doesn't look too good, oh, you can be better. Me, honestly, I think it looks better. Not too clean, but also not too dirty, and well, this figure just absolutely, you know, kills in that aspect. So, all around the body armor, you'll see grit and grime and just, you know, weathering and scratches, which is absolutely beautiful when it comes to figures, because like I said, you don't want it too clean, you don't want it too dirty, and in this case, it's just perfect in my opinion. But nonetheless, like I said, he has his shin guards over here, as you guys can see, and then in the back it's just a white color, where in the front it's blue. He has his normal knee pads with a little gray pattern along with a little white wiggly line. Then we have his thigh armor, which is just normal white, nothing crazy. And then we have his Kamara, I believe it's called, or his skirt. I just like to be simple like that. I love what they did with the skirt. Obviously, it's a very nice cloth, so it's nothing that, you know, prevents it from doing it compared to other figures that I've unboxed before, where it's just, you know, it's actual like a little thicker material, even sometimes even rubber. But in this case, it's just cloth, so it, you know, posability wise, it will not mess it up. And of course, the grit and grime that it has, as you can see the dirt, it literally looks like someone stained it on purpose, which I think looks great. Like I said, this whole figure with weathering wise looks beautiful. It looks like it's actually, you know, been armor that's been used, and I think that gives it a good look. So yeah, that's something I do appreciate. And then of course we have like a little kind of I guess you could say a little leather accessory or pleather accessory that goes over the skirt. And then over here we actually have his little, and this is where we get into the detail part when it comes to what ARC troopers really carry. One being, you know, little skirt, and then of course we have their little holsters for either grenades. Now in the sideshow version, these are actually like removable, which in this, where on the Hot Toys version, these little packets that you guys see right here, they're not removable, which is honestly a nice touch. Now that I think of it, I don't think I ever had a use for why they would come out, but you know, maybe back then it was a different story. But in this case, they're not removable. Now they also both have the gun holsters on the back, as you guys can see, and that is where these little pistols come in handy, where like I said, if you don't want to use the pistols for, you know, whatever you're gonna pose them at, you can put them away and not actually have them be stored like the other 1,000 clones that I have right now, that I have their accessories all stored. And look at that, as you guys can see, we have the gun stored, and it adds a nice little kind of like badass look to it, because it's like you got two gun holsters and all that. They just look basically decked out, which I love. And then of course we have the belt, normal clone trooper belt, as you guys can see, but then along in the back you kind of have two extra, you know, I guess you could say packs, leather packs. They're not actually leather, but you know, it just has that leather look to it. And then you move along the area where this is different from any other clone trooper. They have like this little gray piece that, you know, is very different from the clone trooper, where they actually, on the clone trooper, it just has this white piece that's under here, but you know, it's an ARC trooper, so they have this little gray piece with this, you know, stripe. Usually it's different, varies from the actual you know, ARC trooper and just character itself. And then as you move along, we have the pauldron. Now this is different. I do like this a little bit better than what Hot Toys has produced, and definitely better than Sideshow. So the pauldron here, as you guys can see, is glued on. It is not something that is actually, you know, removable, because with Rex I believe it is removable. I may be wrong, I probably am wrong now that I'm looking at it. It is not removable. Same thing, this is something that is glued on. And of course, like I said, the pauldron is another ARC trooper, you know, little accessory that does come with this. and I absolutely love it. I love how the ARC Trooper has both sides, make him look a little bit more bigger and huskier, like I said, more decked out in that sense of like they have so much accessories that, you know, that's what they are. ARC Troopers, they're a special force that basically, you know, helps just regular clone troopers. So yeah, it has this nice look to it. We have one side that's gray and we have the right side that's blue. Little nice accessory compared to, like I said, the Sideshow. If you guys haven't seen my reviews on those, you can go ahead and go check them out. I think I just have the Fies one compared to, I don't think I have the Echo one. I can't remember off the top of my head. But nonetheless, if you see those reviews, these are removable and they just become a pain in the ass to do because it's like, it's just annoying. But yeah, nonetheless, like I said, very, very nice look. And then moving on along the arms, like I said, just simple clone armor, nothing crazy, with the blue stripe running down along the elbow pads are both blue on that sense. And then of course we have our normal, you know, forearm armor, nothing crazy, just like I said, blue. Where this one over here, it's a little bit different than your standard clone trooper. It does have a little bit more color and more vibrancy to it, and it actually has like a little mistletoe on it, which is very nice. Like I said, ARC Troopers are decked the fuck out. And then hands we already kind of went into and all that type of stuff. So yeah, and then last but not least, I did mention earlier, I did want to mention the two accessories that, you know, it does come with, that ARC Troopers, like I said, they come decked out, so they come with a bunch of things. And you know, like I said earlier, come with the backpack, it's magnetic, you just go whoop, like that, easy like pie. You know what else is fucking pie? My fucking headpiece. My dumbass realized that I put the backpack upside down like a fucking idiot. Nothing like that awful Boba Fett backpack that they are still doing it with the hooks. I don't understand why, but I guess that's why. I don't know. I don't know. But nonetheless, and then this little piece right here, which doesn't go exactly on the pauldron, but it does go on the chest piece just like that. Little magnetic, boom. And then there we have it, ladies and gents. We have our fully decked out ARC Trooper Jesse. As you guys can see, this thing is a machine, bro. This actually looks beautiful. And now that I think of it, I'm a dumbass. I didn't even get into the, like, probably the best part of this figure, and that is of course the head sculpt, or not head sculpt, but the helmet of this figure. And you guys can see what makes Jesse look so different. If you guys checked in the head sculpt, obviously the head sculpt showed that he had this tattoo of the Republic logo on there, and obviously he implemented that onto his helmet as well. So you guys can see we have a very, very blue helmet, but obviously there's enough white to understand that, you know, he's also a 501st. I think this helmet looks absolutely ridiculous in the sense of it looks great. I'm not saying it's bad. I love this. I love the look of it. I love how you can distinguish it from all the many different ARC Troopers that, you know, this figure, you know, has, or I'm sorry, this battalion can carry. And, you know, they're all different and unique in their own way. And of course with Jesse, with the tattoo that he has on his face, of course he had to do it this way. And like I said, seeing Jesse go upon the ranks of the Republic, because I think they went as far as back, you know, when he was still a new clone. Yeah, I believe he was in that shiny arc and all that type of stuff with like Echo and Fies. I believe they were back in, I can't remember the moon, but that one episode. But if you guys know, you know. But yes, ladies and gents, and then seeing him be into ARC Trooper, like ARC Trooper is just like up there. Like you are upon the ranks. You are the best of the best if you are an ARC Trooper, and I think that seeing that, finishing that story off is just great, just great. But yes, ladies and gents, this is our ARC Trooper Clone Trooper, or ARC Clone Trooper, and well, it looks absolutely beautiful. But nonetheless, ladies and gents, we will be finally going on to my favorite part, and that is of course posing this figure in the many poses that, well, you can possibly pose it with. And of course, while doing that, I will be giving my final thoughts on the figure. So we'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gents, well, here we are with the final product of this beautiful figure. And as you guys can tell, well, it is absolutely fucking beautiful. I mean, I know I say this all the time, and I'll probably keep on saying it. I know I always say that with certain figures here and there, probably 99% of my figures. But when it comes to clones, then of course 501st, and of course you add that ARC Trooper twist to it. I'm always going to say it, especially since this is an updated version. Now, like I said, I mean, if you're a clone lover, sounds weird saying that, but without a doubt, this is going to be one of your favorite figures. I mean, obviously, like I said, this is like your top tier clone that you can honestly get with so many accessories. And of course, well, And if you're a 501st Battalion lover like me, well, you're going to cream your pants for sure. Because this figure is absolutely gorgeous from head to toe. And honestly, it does. And one thing I do love about this figure, as you guys can see the poses, you do not really need to pose it in any crazy way to make it look beautiful. Now with certain clones, you kind of do just because of the limited stuff that they come with. But with an ARC Trooper, they have so much accessories that already comes with the figure itself. And it just, like I said, ARC Troopers just look beautiful. They look decked out as it is. So when you pose them in certain ways, or even simplistic ways, they look absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, this is going to be going on to my ever-growing 501st cabinet because, well, I have a lot of clones, and one of them is, of course, the 501st Legion. Because, like I said, I love blue. I love Captain Rex. I love just what has been created to as since I have been a child, and, you know, finally having another piece. Well, I'm just so excited. But yes, ladies and gents, I am so excited. I'm super stoked that I have this figure in my collection. And of course, if this is something that you're debating on getting, I don't know why the hell you're debating. That probably means you don't want it. But if you do know, if you know about this figure, I'm pretty sure you want it because this figure is absolutely gorgeous. And there's no doubt in my mind that if you're a clone lover or even just a Star Wars lover, this is something that you need to have, especially if you have Captain Rex, Captain Vaughn, 501st Trooper, and many other clones that are in the 501st Battalion, which is a clone in general. This is something that you need because, like I said, this is Hot Toys' very first ARC Trooper that has been released. And, well, this is something that for sure, if you pass up on and it's gone, you're gonna be definitely crying about scalpers, all this and that. But even though it's been on Sideshow's website for God knows how long, but nonetheless, ladies and gents, like I said, this figure doesn't really need that much explanation other than the fact that you just see ARC Trooper. There you go. That's all you need to hear. But ladies and gents, that's pretty much all I need to say about this figure. There's really not much for me to say other than, like, I mean, the figure speaks for itself. But ladies and gents, of course, if you made it to the end of the video, well, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this figure here, because, well, this figure is an absolute beauty. Let me know if this is something you've already pre-ordered. Let me know something this is something that you want or even debating on getting, but I don't know why the fuck you would be debating about getting this because this figure is so beautiful. Let me know in the comment section below because, like I said, I love interacting and, you know, talking about these figures because why not? And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up because, well, you know, helps me out. And of course, if you guys like these types of unboxings and reviews and all that type of stuff, well, hit that little bell notification down below because, well, you know, I am slowly but surely, you know, recording and doing all these videos. And if you want to see these videos, well, like I said, that red button down below, hit the little bell notification so you guys know when I release a video. But nonetheless, ladies and gents, remember, I'm just a simple man just trying to make his way through YouTube, and, well, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.